Welcome to the Mini Indie Van's Summer Games Fest video, where some of us carpool team members briefly chat about our top 3 indie games that were announced at the Summer Games Fest. Yes, I'm wearing a hoodie while talking about Summer Games Fest. Moving right along, let's get started with Seth's honorable mentions.
So I came out of the Summer Game Fest 2025 stuff feeling a little lukewarm, just in general. A lot of the AAA stuff doesn't and didn't really speak to me. So leave it to indies, as always, to come in and save the day. And I'm happy to have this opportunity to shout out some of the standout indie games that I saw during the, 500 showcases that we watched. A couple of quick honorable mentions for me. First of all, Neverway, I think looks great. I'm a big fan of Amora, the artist behind Celeste, and any new game from them, I'm all about it. Shoutouts to Piss Off, which I kind of just appreciate a game that is not afraid to just be gross, man. To just be gross, and it was definitely a standout moment of, I don't remember, I think it was maybe Day of the Devs, when that showed off. Just like shoutouts to like a multiplayer party game that's just kind of gross. I kind of appreciate the boldness of that. And then shoutouts to please watch the artwork. I think it's a really cool concept. I'm a big fan of like anomaly finding games, and a lot of them are just kind of like, hey, we're doing the Exit 8 again. So it's cool that somebody's taking like a different kind of twist on the anomaly subgenre.
Hey y'all, I'm Lockleth, and you may or may not have heard some of the other carpool gaming hosts speak already, but we are gathered here today to talk about Summer Games Fest. Yes, it has been a few weeks since that whole thing dropped. We are at the end of June now, but we did want to talk about our top 3 favorite indie games from that, because this is part of the Mini Indie Van. If you were not aware, now you are. But each of us wanted to say 3 things, and obviously my favorite showcase direct, whatever you want to call it, over the course of that weekend was obviously the Wholesome Games Direct. They put on a fantastic show every year. I end up basically co-streaming the event to my community as well. It's such a great event with so many games. I believe they had 61 or 62 games overall that they showcased during their direct. Highly recommend them if you're into the cozy gaming space. Definitely go and check them out. But number 3 on my list has to be Hotel Galactic. It was developed by Ancient Forge, and it basically is a combo of a cozy management with a heartfelt tale. Build and decorate your dream tourist getaway and aid Gustav in his search for redemption, and explore basically a magical world where you bond with creatures, and serene gardens are over there for you to sustain and keep together, and basically have a whole thriving colony that you're building up overall. That's that whole management that I think is in the description that I'm reading here. But the thing that drew me in the most from Hotel Galactic is the Studio Ghibli art style. Studio Ghibli is something that is very close to my heart, and anything that looks similar to that, I'm 100% down, and I'm so excited to see a video game that's in that same art style as well. So super excited to play Hotel Galactic when it comes out. There is a demo, I believe, out on that. I have not played it yet, but it is downloaded on Steam, so I just need to take the time to do it.
What's going on, people? Mitch here. I was asked by Fulya from the Mini Indie Van to provide my top 3 favorite indie games from the Summer Games Fest. Now, of course, you guys know me. I play a ton of indie games. Hey, Apex, is that an indie game? No? Okay. Anyways, Fulya asked for a list. I'm gonna get her a list. Here's my top 3 indie games from the Summer Games Fest. First game I wanted to talk about is a game called Mixtape. It's from developer Beethoven and Dinosaur. They were also the developers of The Artful Escape. And you can kind of see the visual right here. That's very much just like that game. My number 1 thing with this game is, number 1, it just looks like a coming of age story. It almost looks like a John Hughes movie that's like hand-drawn, kind of really cool art style, but it reminds me of like a John Hughes movie, like one final night, all of your teenage friends, like summer's ending, you're all moving away. It kind of gives me that kind of vibe. But also too, the big thing, obviously there's skateboarding in the game. I like that, but I also like the soundtrack. Devo, Roxy Music, Lush, Smashing Pumpkins, Iggy Pop, The Cure, so many other bands that are in here. But it just looks like such a fun, unique game, and it feels like it's gonna remind me a lot of the times of when I had those really fun nights TPing houses with my friends back in the day. So definitely want to check out Mixtape. It'll be available on Steam as well as other platforms, so make sure you guys check that out.
My number 3 is actually Gunny Ascend, which I don't really know what to make of that title, to be honest, but the idea of like a roguelike platformer where it's essentially Tetris, but you have to like physically jump and grab and place the Tetris blocks to like escape. I think the main character is really cute. I think even like taking another layer of the Tetris gameplay and using that to arrange your powers throughout your run is a really cool idea. If the game turns out to be as fun as it looks, I'm gonna be pretty obsessed with that, to be honest.
Hello everyone, it is I, the koala from Down Under, and I am here to talk to you about my top 3 games announced from the Summer Games Fest. There were so many indie game announcements throughout the whole Summer Games Fest from all of the different showcases, and I am super excited to be able to talk about some of the ones that I am really looking forward to playing. And so we're just gonna jump straight into it. Here is my number 3, and it is This Seat Taken? And it is being developed by Potty Studio. This game is a little puzzle game. It's very cute. It's in a 2D style. The color scheme is very sort of kind of like pastel, not too bright kind of coloring. So I really like that kind of color palette that they've gone with this game in terms of visual design. But also the fact that the little characters that you get to play around with, they're little geometric shapes and they're adorable. And the aim of the game is to essentially give them a seat that they like, whether it be on a bus, in a cinema, at a restaurant, or, you know, just in a taxi. So essentially they will give you their seat requirements or their criteria, and you have to give them a seat that they prefer and make sure that everybody is happy, and that's kind of the puzzle. So it's kind of like a very logical kind of strategy puzzle game. It's not difficult at all. It is very simple. Some of the puzzles do get a little bit thinky, but you'll be able to work it out. It's pretty easy. And yeah, just the whole vibe of it is very wholesome, and I love the look of it. So I'm really looking forward to playing Is This Seat Taken?
Number 2 on my list has to be Town to City. It was developed by Galaxy Grove. You're going to be building an idyllic 19th century Mediterranean style town where you help it flourish into a prosperous city. You freely place and customize each element to create the perfect home for your growing population in this cozy city builder. And it was made by the same creators of Station to Station, which I have not played, but I've heard really good things about it. I did play the demo of Town to City very recently, and I really liked it. It was so much fun, and I had to give myself only 1 hour to play that demo because I was playing several demos on that stream, and it was very difficult for me to step away from that demo and move on to the next one. I had limited time, y'all, limited time. So Town to City, highly recommend. It's in a voxel art style as well, which is beautiful to see, and definitely check it out. If the demo is still live, go and try it for yourself.
The next game I want to highlight is an awesome couch co-op game and online co-op game called Out of Words. It is from developers Wiredfly and Kong Orange. Essentially, the best thing about this game, I'm going to say the tagline right here, enjoy a colorful, wild realm as Kurt and Carla in a story of the first time they held hands where everything you see is crafted by hand. Guys, this entire game is made by hand. It is stop motion animation. It looks beautiful. My favorite part about these games, hands down, are the co-op aspect of it. It Takes Two, you know, Split Fiction, those types of games. I really like those games. The awesome, of course, cross-platform, online, and couch co-op. So you have both options. But overall, I can't get over how good the game looks. Looks like it's gonna be a lot of fun. Looks like it's gonna be really fun if you have a friend with you at least. Make sure you guys play the game together. But that is Out of Words. Make sure you guys check that game out on the Epic Store.
So for my number 2, and I did look up a pronunciation guide for this, so I think I'm gonna crush this. My number 2 is Amboise Niflet and the Gleaned Bell. I think I said that right. Sorry if I didn't. I think this looks great. I love the art, the kind of like stop motion, like claymation toy art. I think is really stunning to look at. I love that it's a detective game, but it isn't a murder mystery necessarily. It's like a robbery. Like we're trying to find out who stole the Gleaned Bell, right? So I think that's great. I love the characters. I love that it's like a fixed camera perspective game. Kind of reminds me of Millennium Kitchen games like Boku no Natsu Yasumi or like the Shin-Chan games recently that have come out of that studio. It kind of gives me those vibes, which is, you know, it's necessary to have a fixed camera perspective when everything is rendered the way that it's rendered in this game. Just looks really cute, really charming. I love little detective stories, and I can't wait. I can't wait to play this one when it comes out.
My number 2 indie game that I am really looking forward to playing is from one of my favorite developers, and this is Fulya from Don't Nod. And my goodness, if I needed another excuse to play a Don't Nod game, I love the look of this. It's essentially going to be a sci-fi action adventure game. There's going to be a lot of parkour involved, and the cinematics look like they're going to be epic. And just the visual art style of this, it's set in quite a realistic kind of scenery, and you're essentially a character who's stranded in space, who's looking for their partner. Don't Nod have collaborated with the European Space Agency to create this game so that it has more of a realistic feel to it. And I love that. I am really looking forward to playing this. And like, they don't have a release date yet, but they mentioned in their reveal trailer that it might be coming in 2026. So I'm really looking forward to checking this one out.
And then number 1 on my list has to be, and please bear with me, I did look up the pronunciation of this because it is in French. It is Amboise Niflet and the Gleaned Bell. Whew, so difficult, y'all, you have no idea. It was developed by Tepote Studio. That's also French, I believe. I didn't look that one up. I probably should have. But it's basically a stop motion inspired adventure where you play as a detective named Amboise Niflet in a thrilling investigation for the search of a stolen bell in a mysterious village. The stop motion style is what got me, y'all, and I'm sure you already know. Stop motion anything is very cute and just one of my favorites. It takes such a long time to create that if they're being true to the stop motion. I'm not saying that this video game version in a stop motion is similar in that they took the time and did all the little actions like they do. Either way, I'm super excited to play this game once it releases. There's not a demo out. I'm not sure when it's supposed to release either. I think it's next year, but I'm still excited for it. So I hope you enjoyed my top 3, specifically from the Wholesome Games Direct.
And then without question, my number 1 game that I love so much, and I cannot get over how good this game looks, by Sandstring Studio, Felt That Boxing. Okay, this is a video game. This is not a movie. Visually, I cannot get over how good this looks. This looks like a Jim Henson movie. This looks like a Muppets movie. It's in Unreal 5. It looks insane. Felt That Boxing is a heartfelt and hilarious boxing game where the charm of furry puppets meets the fury of arcade fighting. Step into the shoes of Ezra Fuzzy E. Wright, an unadoptable orphan turned prize fighter, as he is thrown into a tournament of a million punches to save his beloved puppet orphanage from ruthless demolition. The number one thing I like about this game, without question, is the fact that it looks like an arcade fighter. It's got like Punch Out, it's got some mini games, but the visual effects of this and the humor in this game that I've seen so far is flat out hilarious. It definitely seems like a quick game. I would be happy if any of these games come to Game Pass, but without question, I am going to be buying this game when it comes out because I have to see this game visually. Look at this. Look at that's not practical. Those are graphics in Unreal 5. And I really can't wait to see this game, play this game. So make sure you guys check out Felt That Boxing. All right, guys. So remember those games, okay? Mixtape, Out of Words, and of course, Felt That Boxing. That's your Mitch to Proof list. That's the only list that matters. I'm not sure what these other hosts are going to say, but we'll go ahead and throw it to one of these other hosts.
But my number one, there are some studios that I call hall pass developers. Like, developers that just get a hall pass from me. Like, I just love them and their work so much that no matter what they release, I'm immediately going to be interested. I'm sight unseen. They don't have to tell me anything other than, hey, we're making a game and I'm going to play that game. So my number one has to go to Blighted from Drinkbox Studio. I just love everything they've ever made. Like, they've never made a bad game as far as I'm concerned. They're batting 1,000. And even if they have something coming out that has me scratching my head for a second, like when Nobody Saves the World was first revealed, I was like, you know, I was like, this is the next game from the Guacamelee and Severed people, like for real? And then it came out and I loved it. You know, and so that erased any doubt that I ever had. It's one of those, like, you know, lessons learned, trust Drinkbox until they give you a reason not to. So Blighted, this idea of them making a kind of, it looks Hades-ish maybe a little bit, but I also like that this is their first like real foray into like 3D models and stuff. So look, man, I'll follow Drinkbox to the ends of the earth. They're just one of those. They're just one of those developers. They're, again, a hall pass developer. I will check out whatever they got. So yeah, those are my top three. My top three were Gunny Ascend, Ambrose Niflet and the Gleamed Bell, and Blighted from Drinkbox. So yeah, thanks for for giving me the opportunity to shout these out. And yeah, really looking forward to playing a bunch more indies in 2025 and beyond.
And my number one game that I am really excited to play is none other than Big Walk. Yes, that's right. The game being developed by House, Australian made, is the game that I am really excited to play. It's pretty much a multiplayer game. It's exploration, there's puzzles, there's adventure, and it's like you're able to go on a virtual hike with your friends. I love the look of this. It looks so cute and wholesome. The fact that they've implemented proximity chat into this is really cool. And if you don't want to use voice, they've also implemented text proximity chat, so you can type away while you're near someone. So that's really awesome as well. So there are various ways to communicate. There are puzzles that you have to figure out how to talk through, because there's going to be areas where you won't be able to hear the other players doing puzzles, because they might be in a room with soundproof glass. And so you have to figure out a way to communicate that with them. And it looks like it's going to be so much fun. And the fact that you don't have to do those puzzles, you can just walk around and just chill or sit down somewhere and just have a chat. This game looks like it's going to be so much fun. So I am really looking forward to Big Walk. And that's it, friends. Those are my top 3 indie game announcements from Summer Games Fest. Let us know what indie game announcements you are looking forward to that came out of Summer Games Fest, and make sure to chuck them into the comments below.